What's up everyone, welcome to the Speedcube.co.nz YouTube channel. My name's Mike and today I'm going to show you how to replace the GES nuts in a GAN 356M. Alright, so we'll start with a little bit of story time. This GAN 356M actually belongs to my good friend Zach, who helps me out with a lot of cool video stuff. Basically, any video on my channel that looks really awesome is his work and not mine. This is his GAN 356M. He's had it for, let me think, a few months now. I think he got this just at the start of lockdown, so like March. He's not changed anything about it. It's exactly as it came out the box. Now that he's smashed out a few hundred solves on it, though, he wants to tighten it up a little bit. So he asked me if I wouldn't mind switching out the nuts for him. And I said, sure. And I tell you what, maybe I can make a video about it at the same time. So that's what we're going to do today. I'll explain the different kinds of GES nuts that come with the 356M. And I'll show you how to replace them. This is part one of a two-part vid. In part two, I am going to show you how to completely strip this down, rebuild it, clean it, lube it, all that kind of stuff. But this video today is just about changing those nuts and explaining what the nuts are. So with your 356M comes your spare GES nuts. Out of the box, of course, the cube is pre-set up with the blue nuts. And in your spares kit, you get green, yellow, and purple as well. But what on earth does all that mean? Like, what are these colors? What's the difference? What's the hap? What's going on? Don't worry, I've got you. We're gonna go through it all right now. Now, first top tip I'm gonna give you in this video is how to open this case. Don't be picking away at it with your fingers. Just give it a twist and then lift the cap off. Easy. Okay, so here we have the 4 GES nuts, which come with the GAN 356M. The blue, of course, is what was attached to the cube when it came out of the box. And it's actually the second loosest GES nut that you've got available. So the tightest one is this one, purple, which is 3 newtons. Then we've got the blue standard, which is 3.5. Green is 4.1. And finally, yellow is the tightest one in the box, and that is 4.7 newtons. This is the one that I'm gonna switch out for the blues. The reason I'm doing that is that Zach's told me he wants the cube to feel a bit tighter, and this is the nut that comes on the Monster Go magnetic cube, which is kind of set up for more of a beginner solver, so I think this is going to suit Zach really well. Now, I'm going to attempt to do this without taking the cube apart, so to do that you will need either a pair of needle nose pliers, because mine have gone missing. I am using these circlip removing pliers because they actually work in the opposite way to pliers, so you just let them go and then they grip with a little bit of tension. Unless you've got tiny fingers, it's really hard to do this with the puzzle intact without using some kind of tool. So the first thing I need to do is get the rest of these center caps off. So on these nuts, you will see that there is a 0.6 and a 0.8 and a 0 setting. The 0.6 and the 0.8 are millimeters. They show you how much room you've got for flex. And the 0 is where you want to be to take the nut off. So let's start on the white side so I know what I'm doing. I'm going to turn the nut to 0, and then I'm going to use my circlip pliers to just pull that off there. To do this, by the way, you just use your fingers, push and twist until the bit that you want corresponds with one of the points on the stem. Oops. So there it goes. I've just realized that they give you spare nuts as well. You get 7 of each type. That's nice. So then I am going to line up the tooth on the stem there with the 0 on my nut, and I'm going to just slide it on and turn it to my desired setting. In this case, I'm going to put it back on 0.6. And so there's a little click as it pops back into place, but there we are. That's a yellow nut set on 0.6. So let's do the same on the other side. So turn it to 0. You'll feel it kind of let loose. Then you can almost get it with your fingers. Mine are a bit fat though. There we go. Peg at 0, pop it back in, turn, and you're in. Make sure it locks in at 0.6. Lovely. Oh yeah, fingers only for that one. In at 0, turn to 0.6. One of the great things about this system, of course, is that if you get distracted halfway through, you don't have to go, oh duh, where was I? Because you just look at your cube and you go, well, that's where I was. That one's done, that one's not. Easy. Just be careful you don't pop the cube in and twist. And last one. There we go. Perfect. All done. Can feel that already. So let's pop our caps back on. Yeah, nice. That feels way tighter. Still got the same sort of flex, but yeah, the movement itself is way snappier, way more easy to control. So that's gonna do it for this video. That is how to change the GES nuts on your GAN 356M without taking the cube apart. Join me in the next one where I'm gonna tear this whole thing down, clean it, re-lube it, and get it set up perfect in primo working order for me to give back to Zach. But for now, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.